Once upon a time, in a lively school nestled at the edge of a bustling city, there was a young student named Max. Max was curious, cheerful, and always the first to raise a hand when someone needed help. But when it came to math tests, Max's confidence flickered like a candle in the wind. One sunny morning, Max walked into class with a tight knot in his stomach. His math teacher, Ms. Lopez, handed out the graded tests from last week. Max's heart raced as he flipped over the paper. A big red C stared up at him. Max's shoulders slumped, and disappointment painted his face. Later that day, during recess, Max sat alone on a bench, staring at the numbers and red corrections on his paper. "Why can't I get this right?" he murmured quietly. Behind him, his friend Priya noticed Max's long face and sat down beside him. "What's up, Max? You look like someone stole your fries at lunch," Priya joked gently. Max managed a small smile and showed her the test. "I got most of the fractions wrong again. No matter how hard I try, I just can't do it." Priya leaned in, her ponytail swishing over her shoulder. "Hey, everybody struggles sometimes. Remember when I couldn't tie my shoelaces in kindergarten? I practiced every day until I could do bunny ears with my eyes closed." Max chuckled at that memory. Priya's shoelaces really had been a bit wild back then. Priya nudged him. "Why don't you ask Ms. Lopez if you can look at the mistakes together? Maybe you'll find there's just a step or two you missed." The idea sparked a tiny flame of hope inside Max. After class, he quietly approached Ms. Lopez's desk. "Ms. Lopez, could we go over the test? I want to learn where I went wrong." Ms. Lopez's eyes lit up. "Absolutely, Max. That's the spirit I love to see. Let's sit down tomorrow during lunch and review it together." The next day, Max and Miss Lopez sat side by side at the round reading table. They carefully went through each question, and Max realized he had misunderstood how to borrow when subtracting fractions. Ms. Lopez demonstrated, and step by step, Max tried again. At first, his brow furrowed with confusion. He made mistakes, but with encouragement, he kept trying. By the end of lunch, he felt a new sense of understanding. Math was not magic. It was a puzzle he could learn to solve. A week later, Ms. Lopez surprised the class with a chance to retake the math test. "If you want, you can show me what you've learned," she said with a warm smile. Max's stomach fluttered with nerves, but he also felt determined. This time, he approached the problems carefully, remembering the steps he and Ms. Lopez had practiced together. When the tests were handed back, Max couldn't believe his eyes. At the top of his page, a bright and cheerful B+ gleamed. Max grinned, feeling a burst of pride not just in his grade, but in knowing how much he had grown. During recess that afternoon, Max ran up to Priya, waving his test in the air. "You were right! I just needed to keep trying and learn from my mistakes." Priya high-fived him. "See? Practice and effort make a big difference." Later, Max shared his story with classmates who also felt discouraged about test scores. He told them about his lunch sessions with Ms. Lopez and how he asked questions, practiced, and tried again. Soon, the classroom buzzed with students helping each other and sharing tips. When someone was stuck, they didn't give up. They tried different ways to understand, asked for help, and put in extra practice together. Over time, Max discovered that each mistake he made in math wasn't a sign of failure, but a stepping stone to understanding. Instead of feeling embarrassed when he struggled, Max saw it as an opportunity to ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every time he faced a hard problem, he imagined himself as a detective, searching for clues to unlock the answer. Even Ms. Lopez noticed the change. "Max, I'm proud of your effort. You turned a challenge into a chance to grow. Now, you're helping others do the same." Through reflection and persistence, Max realized that learning didn't stop after a mistake. Every time he practiced, tried again, and reviewed his work, his brain grew stronger, like a muscle in training. Soon, fractions weren't the scary hurdle they once were. They became familiar friends he could tackle with confidence. Max's journey is not just about numbers on a test. It's about believing that abilities can grow with effort, patience, and a willingness to ask for help. All the students learned that the most important lesson isn't about being perfect, but about being willing to try, reflect, and grow bit by bit. So, the next time you face a tricky problem or feel disappointed by a setback, remember Max's story. Take a deep breath, look at what you can learn, and keep practicing. Every mistake is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Learning grows through effort, and with a growth mindset, every challenge is an opportunity to become your very best self. And just like Max and his friends, you can encourage others when they feel stuck. A supportive word, a helping hand, or the patience to explain something again can make all the difference. In Max's school and in every classroom, it's not about who gets the right answer first. It's about working together, never giving up, and celebrating the progress that comes from hard work. Remember, your brain is like a garden. The more you nurture it with practice, reflection, and positivity, the more it will bloom. So keep watering your learning, be patient with yourself, and watch how you grow, one effort at a time. Thanks for tuning in to Smiley Toon TV. If you enjoyed today's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep the smiles coming. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this adventure going together. Stay positive, keep smiling, and let your mind wander.